Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As of today, I have 76 subscribers, which is crazy. Thank you for all the support. Today, we're gonna be talking about crazy boy moms on TikTok. And by boy moms, I don't mean moms that have boys. It's a specific type of boy mom. Not all boy moms. It's the specific type on TikTok that I've seen over the last couple weeks that just made me feel like I needed to make a video on this. Okay, so the first video is actually the video that made me decide to make this video. I saw it right around Valentine's Day. The caption says, as a boy mom, I asked my son to be my Valentine because I'm his first real love. It says, will you be mommy's Valentine, yes or no? Which I think is perfectly fine to get your kids Valentines. My dad growing up always got me and my siblings like a flower and usually like a candy or like a stuffed animal. But I think it's the way she words it. She says, because I'm his first real love. And then people in the comments said, I'm his first real love, sis, you're his mother. And you couldn't just say, because I love my son or something, which I think is so valid. You could have said, I'm getting my son a Valentine because I love him and I want him to feel appreciated. With these boy moms, they have an obsession with being like their son's first, like their son's first love, their son's first kiss, as crazy as that sounds. Don't worry, we'll get there. Next video I actually wasn't going to include until I saw the creator's comment on the video. Here's the video. I think it's totally okay to acknowledge that like a lot of female products are more expensive, and so it's like you might be saving money if you have a boy, but it's the fact that someone said like, oh, all children are expensive, don't do that. And like some people were pointing out in the comments the fact that PS5s are actually really expensive, so how we kind of think about being like all it needs is a PS5 and some pizza rolls, like that PS5s are expensive. But it's the fact that she commented wrong exclamation point, as if to like, I don't know, I feel like if she'd been like, oh yeah, definitely, haha. It's just the fact that she's like, wrong, actually girls are more expensive, that's why I want just boys. It's just like, I don't know, rub me the wrong way. This one was one of like the smaller ones, don't worry, they get worse as we go. Caption says, when you find a scrunchie in your son's room, I might have to remove the audio due to copyright, or I'll just try and change it so I don't get flagged for it. But the song is saying, please don't be in love with someone else. Which like, that's nasty, that's your son. Your son's going to like meet people, they're going to have a girlfriend one day or a boyfriend one day. Like the fact that she's like, please don't be in love with someone else. Your son should not be in love with you. He should love you, but he should not be in love with you. I also think there's this obsession with like the minute kids of no matter what their gender is, the minute that they start talking to somebody, like the minute that a boy in kindergarten has like a girl in kindergarten he sits with or talks with, it's automatically like, oh my goodness, they're in love, they're dating. It's like, no, they're just friends. Like, let kids be friends, let them live and enjoy their like childhood. I don't understand this. She finds a scrunchie in your son's room. Okay, maybe it's her friend. Maybe he stole his friend's scrunchie on the ground at the playground. Was like, oh, I know who this belongs to, and took it home and is gonna give it to her the next day. Like, it's just so icky. This one, all the moms saying, your daughter will be wearing the Nike sweatshirt I bought my son. No, they won't. First hoodie my son allows to go missing, I will fill his closet with ugly, itchy, cheap sweaters. He will gladly end up giving the next ones away. Mama is cheap and she does not play. Which, I get it, like sweatshirts are expensive, but it's more the fact that like, she didn't say the minute my son leaves his sweatshirt at school by accident, or the minute that my son gets a nice sweatshirt dirty. No, it's the minute he lets anyone else borrow it, the minute he lets a girl borrow it, he's gonna get ugly, cheap, itchy sweaters. Like, that's just, it just reeks of like weird mother jealousy. The comments say, wow, you'll make a great and generous mother-in-law one day. The next one says, this is such a weird take. And the last one, I know enmeshment when I see it. By the way, enmeshment, according to Simply Psychology, is a psychological term describing an extreme form of emotional closeness where personal boundaries become blurred or non-existent. In an enmeshed relationship, individuals are often overly involved in each other's lives to the point that they lose a clear sense of their own identity and autonomy. The next video says, tell me you're a boy mom without telling me you're a boy mom. This video has been deleted, so Becca Day is the creator who like stitched the video or did the video, so credit to her.
Later, bitch.
Bye, I love you. See ya, brah. Bye, mommy.
Which like, ew, there's obviously no comments because the video has since been deleted, but like, that is nasty. Why are you teaching your sons and videoing it that your sons slap your butt on the way out because that's what your husband does? That's so weird. If that ever happens, if a kid ever thinks, oh, well, my dad does it, so I should do it too, the immediate response from the parent should be, oh no, sweetheart, like that's just a thing that like your dad and I do, like that's not something you should do. Give him a hug. Give him a kiss on the forehead, like, ew. And then filming it and posting it online to like random strangers and predators and like not protecting your child is nasty. Like I genuinely don't understand parents who post. I will never post my kids online when I one day have kids. I will never post them online. I just think it's such a nasty place for kids. Like you're literally putting your kids out there to be like victimized by predators. So all the kids in this video will be blurred. The next video, when you realize you're going to have to share the love of your life, my baby boy, with another female one day. And the song is I'm gonna have to drink whiskey, or let me pour myself a double shot of whiskey, basically saying like, I need to drink in order to cope with the fact that my son will one day like have a woman in his life. As a parent, your goal in life should be that your kids one day are loved by whoever they choose to love. It should not be whether or not you can compete for your child's love. Like your job as a parent is to nurture them and to love on them and to teach them how to love and to teach them like what a good relationship looks like between like you and your spouse, and like replicate what they should look for in a spouse one day. But it's never to like compete. I don't understand people who think that their children and their children's future partners, like they should be competing with their children's future partners. That's weird, especially when the kid is like 4 years old and they're making videos being like, one day my son is gonna marry somebody. Queen, it's gonna be like 20 years away. I don't know why this is something that you're panicking about right now. This video has the intro to Law & Order SVU as playing in the background. And I don't even know if I'll be able to show any of this video or if you're gonna be able to understand, but this is the clip. It's actually disgusting. The whole video, she's like open mouth kissing with him. She's not like giving him a peck on the cheek or like giving him hugs. Like the baby's mouth is open and she's literally like, it's actually nasty. The comments, why is she making out with her baby? Boy moms just want to F their own. Yeah, no, this is wrong. She's kissing with an open mouth. A peck would be fine, but this, which I totally agree with. Like, I think it's perfectly fine to give babies a kiss on the cheek and to love on them. But why are you open mouth making out with your son? And the whole caption being like, oh, one day he's gonna get married, but like, this is how I'm gonna remember him. Queen, he's literally not even a year old. He's a literal infant. Why are you so worried about him getting married one day? Oh, by the way, she posted that unblurred, like with her son, making out with her son, like with no thought to her son's safety, well-being, his own mental health. Okay, this next one, I think the audio's gonna have to get muted because there's a sound in the background, but I'm gonna just speak it out loud. It says, they say if you have a boy first, it's because you needed to learn the true meaning of love. And I think that on its own, it's sweet to be like, you know, you had a kid, and like they taught you how to love and taught you like how important it is and how great it is to be a mother. But it's the fact that they always specify boys. Like it's, your sons are gonna bring you true love. And so someone in the comments said, so girls don't bring true love? And I think that's so true. Like I think regardless of your child, they should teach you like about love and caring and kindness. Like it shouldn't be specifically a boy. The thing said, it says, you're so obsessed with your son, boy moms are so weird. And she said, like, that's the way I like it. That's what the song is saying. Which, it'd be different if it said, like, you love your sons and you think they're so awesome. And she's like, yep, that's the way I like it. But it's the fact that she included boy moms are so weird. And she's saying, like, that's the way I like it. I like to be that weird boy mom that is, like, emotionally incestuous with her son. So weird. Genuinely so weird. I don't understand it. This video, oh my goodness, I saw this video so long ago. She posted it in 2022. It is still up. I think this is truly like the epitome of what boy moms are in this video. Genuinely, this video made me so angry for her kids, like for her daughters. And I truly hope that like her daughters are able to understand that like this isn't normal and that she's able to one day realize that she is not acting normally.
Never thought that I would be that toxic boy mom. I love my 4 kids equally, but that last little boy just hits different.
He literally hits different, and you'll see in a second, but what do you mean that last little boy hits different? You should love all your children equally, and all of your children should be the same value to you. Just because he's your only or your last son, he shouldn't have some sort of like greaterness on your love scale.
And now I feel like I'm having this existential crisis. Or I wouldn't be that mom, that toxic boy mom. He hits his sisters, he punches them. I'm like, maybe he's having a hard day.
People like this genuinely make me so angry because why are you teaching your daughters that it's okay to be hit? Like that's what she's doing. When you don't immediately tell your son, that's wrong, you shouldn't be doing that, don't hit your sisters, you're teaching your son that it's okay to hit women and you're teaching your daughters that it's okay to be hit. because growing up, they've been hit by their brother and their mom is saying like, he hits his sisters, and I'm like, aw, what about him though? How do you think he feels? Which is so wrong. You should be standing up for your daughters and saying, hey, you can't hit your sisters, that's wrong, don't hit your sisters. And for her to be like, I swore I'd never be that parent, then don't be. Then don't do it. I don't understand this whole thing of, you're not helpless, you're a grown adult, don't do it then.
So when I think about my daughters getting married, I get excited, right? Think about their dresses, planning their weddings. When I think about my son's wedding, I want to cry. Boy mums, we've got to step up. We got to realize that we are the problem.
Which, like, yes, she is the problem, but I think saying you're the problem and not changing doesn't make you any better. Unless you're like actively in therapy trying to work through this weird obsession you have with your son, you're just putting your son's and your daughter's like mental well-being in the trash. Like, you're not caring about how your children are going to grow up, because the way you like raise your children definitely like it shapes and affects the way they are in their adulthood. Someone commented, what in the Sigmund Freud? Genuinely speak to someone about this. I've never thought I'd be that toxic boy mom. Proceeds to say the most misogynistic, emotionally incestual thing possible. I know I've thrown around the word emotional incest a lot, so I wanted to actually find out like the exact definition, because I had a definition in my head, which is similar to the definition, but I wanted to make sure I'm using like the actual definition. Emotional incest, according to Charlie Health, is sometimes referred to as covert incest, and it's a form of emotional abuse inflicted on a child by a parent or primary caregiver. This form of abuse is typically harder to recognize compared to other forms of abuse. And another line, emotional incest is when a parent or primary caregiver treats a child like a romantic partner. The parent relies on the child to get their emotional needs met that would normally be fulfilled by an adult partner. The relationship is not physically or sexually intimate in nature, but is inappropriate and unfair to the child nonetheless. A lot of the times for these boy moms, they don't have necessarily the best husband. And I'm not saying that validates what they're doing, but a lot of times their partner is not meeting their emotional needs. A lot of times their partners are like weaponized incompetence type of husbands, if you've seen those on TikTok, which I will be making a video about that. But a lot of times, because they're not getting that emotional stability / support that they're looking for from their husband, they turn to their kids, and most specifically, they turn to their sons, because they want that male in their life who is, supporting them emotionally, and they turn to their sons. Think of your typical like Reddit mother-in-law story where the mother-in-law is horrible to the daughter-in-law, is so mean, and like is relying on the son to basically provide for their emotional needs. That's essentially what emotional incest is. Oh my God, this one made me sick. I literally was like, this one is nasty. The caption is of the video, or not the caption, but the wording is, born to be your lover, forced to be your mother. When I saw this, I was like, this has got to be like satire or a joke. By the way, she still has this video posted. The caption of the video says, words can't describe how much I love you, name of the child, and how I'm so proud to be your mother. And she tags him. She tags this poor child in her TikTok where she's basically being like, I was born to be your lover, but I'm forced to be your mother. You think kids in his school haven't seen this video and probably make fun of him? The poor child. She continues, we share tons of memories together, and sometimes I wish I was your lover. Laughy face. My fault for making ya attractive. Love ya, son. This one I feel like reaches beyond the level of like emotional incest and like enters into like just incest territory. Like, it's disgusting. Why are you saying born to be your lover? Genuinely nasty. Genuinely get help. Genuinely seek therapy. And to tag her son, that's heartbreaking. Genuinely heartbreaking. The comments, are we in the original chat? Is this real? Hey, just letting you know that this is insane. Curious George isn't curious anymore. And I think that just in general, posting your children online already, I think, is a red flag. Posting content where you're basically showing that you have like some sort of weird relationship with your son and then tagging them, which is basically just leading your son to get bullied, is even worse. Like, this is nasty behavior. Next video. This one took so long to blur.
Mother is a son's first true love. A son, especially that first son, is a mother's last true love.
It's saying a mother is a son's first true love. Why are we saying it like this? Why can't we say a mother is one of the first people that shows love to her son? A mother is one of the people that loves on her son first. So it's important that you love on them in a healthy way. And the whole thing of a son, especially, as I said, especially that first or especially that last? Which one did you say? A son, especially that first son, is a mother's last true love. Your last true love should be your spouse. It should not be your first son. Because first of all, what about all your other kids? What if you have more sons? What if you have other daughters? Like, that's weird. Your first son should not be your last true love, because that means you're loving, first of all, your son more than any of your other siblings. And that also means that you are like having like your last true love. That insinuates that like romantic love. That, I don't know, that whole video was weird. I'll never understand making content where you post your kids and the whole point of the content is basically like, I love my son and I'm putting him in place of my husband because my husband doesn't satisfy me emotionally. Like, it's genuinely weird. It's nasty. And I think that boy moms need to get help. Also, not all boy moms, it's specifically the ones on TikTok who are posting their sons to these weird TikTok music or fantasizing about their wedding. Like, that's so weird. The only thing you should be thinking about when it comes to your kids at that young of an age is just like what you can do to support them and love them and help them. And if you ever think about their wedding, it should be like, oh, I can't believe they're gonna like grow up one day and like get married. Like, they seem so young now. You shouldn't be like, one day they're going to leave me and they're going to love someone else too. Oh my goodness, it's almost like that's the point of life. Like, it's almost like in life, we grow up and we're supposed to love other people too. You can love your parents and still love your future spouse as well. Like, you can marry somebody and still love your mom. Like, if you treat your son in a healthy way, they will find a good supportive partner one day and still love you as well as the mom. The problem is the people who are like emotionally incestuous / like the classic boy mom, when their kid does get married one day and they find a good supportive partner, usually that supportive partner, and that's the son or whatever, will usually end up going low to no contact with the mother-in-law, which then like validifies that mother-in-law's thought of like, everyone's out to get me and my son. It's me and my son versus the world. And like, whoever he marries one day will take him away. When in reality, the only reason the mother-in-law is being cut off is because of her behavior. Ultimately, I think it's weird to replace your partner with your son. And just, it makes me sad for any of these moms who have daughters. Like, I can't imagine your mother's TikTok account basically being a shrine to one of your siblings. And it's like, my son's my last true love. I love my son more than my daughters. I let him hit my daughters. Like, and then that daughter's gonna grow up one day and see that. And do you think they're gonna be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, no, in reality, that daughter will probably grow up to also be a boy mom, like their own mother, because they're going to be looking for what their mother supposedly found in their sibling. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but it's not only affecting the son and the son's future relationships, it's also affecting the daughter and their future relationships, and possibly even their own relationships with their sons and daughters one day. Ultimately, I think it's gross, it's weird behavior. Get in therapy. Therapy is really good. If you're having these weird feelings, get in therapy. Talk to someone about it. I can't imagine like letting yourself sit in this weird thing with your own child. It's nasty. Get help. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm thankful for all your support. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below. I always love seeing your guys' takes on videos, and I love being able to respond to you. Let me know if you have any content suggestions in the future. I have a couple video ideas that I'm kind of getting ready to put out. There's been some recent drama I'm trying to cover and like get caught up on, so I'll be posting some videos soon. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next weekend. Bye.